TV47 Weekend Edition. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. Back to this story that we had carried earlier on. The former Budget Committee chairperson, that is Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, has raised fresh concerns over the government's plan to sell a 15% stake in Safaricom PLC, urging transparency and maximum value for Kenyan taxpayers.
Speaking during a church service at ACK St. James and All Martyrs Cathedral in Murang'a County, Nyoro expressed ridicule for the proposed 34 million shillings sale per share, which he says is way below stock trading at 45 shillings per share in 2021, before Safaricom's expansion to Ethiopia. His comments rubbishing what the Treasury CS John Mbadi outlined when he announced the sale, that the value had been done using open market data, noting that Safaricom's share price is publicly available and has been relatively stable over the past 7 months. Mbadi had stated that over the 6 months leading up to October 31st, Safaricom's stock had averaged around 25 shillings per share, forming the basis of the government's valuation, something Nyoro rubbished.
Wanauza hisa moja kwa shilingi 34 shillings. Safaricom was trading at 45 shillings per share in 2021 before they invested in Ethiopia. How can you convince Kenyans that you can sell a plot of land for 450,000 shillings? Ile shamba ulinunua for 50,000 na umejenga ploti na inachukuliwa rent, ati mwishowe after 4 years ukuje utuambie hiyo ploti pamoja na nyumba ati ni 340,000.
Furthermore, despite Treasury CS John Mbadi emphasizing that the move should not be interpreted as a disposal of Safaricom as a company but rather a targeted divestiture of shares, Nyoro accused anonymous representatives indicated in the talks of acting outside government oversight, cautioning that rushing the process could lead to massive financial losses.
Let us open a competition of bids so that we can have many companies bidding to buy that stake of Safaricom, so that Kenyans can get full value for the stake we have in Safaricom.
Even so, Nyoro claims that the Safaricom share sales may deprive the country billions of shillings that could be used for development projects, asking the government not to mortgage Kenya's future earnings for short-term political gain.
Let us not continue to securitize future government revenue to gain political capital today. Kama ni dividend ya Safaricom, kila mwaka Kenya inahitaji pesa ya kulipa walimu, ya kujenga barabara.
Last week, the government announced that it's set to sell a 15% stake in Safaricom, worth 240.5 billion. The National Treasury CS John Mbadi says the funds will be used as a seed capital for the National Infrastructure Fund. The sale, which is subject to regulatory approvals by the state regulators. The public and the parliament will see the government custodian, which is the National Treasury, lose key decision-making to Vodacom, which will effectively control a majority 55% stake in Safaricom PLC. However, the state still has the capacity to influence decisions at the tech law by virtue of its 20% shareholding.
What is the secrecy for? Just tell Kenyans, tunauza hisa hii pesa. Pengine wa Kenya watainunua wao wenyewe na bei ya juu kiasi. Or you open up to many other telcos to also bid that share or that stake so that Kenyans can get much more.